Being different is okay. Boswell Pinkerstein came from a mixed-up family as his father was a giraffe and his mother was a turtle. To make matters worse, Boswell took after his dad. His neck was over 6 feet long. All the other turtles in his town teased Boswell because he was different from the other turtles. In fact, whenever they played baseball or any other sport, Boswell was always the last one chosen, and no one wanted him on their team. This bothered Boswell. He used to go out to the baseball field, and he dreamed of being picked first, and he dreamed that he could save the game. One of the coaches came by the ballpark, and Boswell was truly amazed. The coach was over 7 feet tall. He stood out just like Boswell. Boswell liked the coach immediately, and the two became friends quickly. The coach asked, "Why aren't you playing baseball?" Boswell explained no one wanted to play baseball with someone who had such a long neck. But the coach told Boswell he could use what others saw as different, as an advantage to making great plays and winning games. Boswell loved this, and after practicing with the coach during the spring, Boswell would have a chance to prove that being different is okay. One day, the Turtles were practicing for an upcoming game, and Boswell, who was always left out, was sitting on the sideline. Tommy hit the baseball hard, and it flew over every turtle's head, and it looked like it was going to go right over the fence. But at the last moment, the ball landed in the big oak tree, and it stuck in the tree. Robert, who always came out to practice to help all the other turtles out, loaned his favorite baseball that day so the turtles could practice. When he saw the ball stuck in the tree, Robert said, "That was my favorite ball," and he turned away disappointed. Each turtle on the team was determined to get that baseball out of the tree. Finally, the whole team decided if each one of them would participate, they might be able to make a turtle stack upwards, and maybe they could reach the ball. So after lots of effort, finally they made the turtle stack, and then Reggie, the tallest turtle of all, began to stand up because he was on top of the turtle stack. Just as he reached for the ball, Jeremy, who was the third turtle in this stack, saw a bee. That bee was very curious and landed on Jeremy's nose. The bee tickled Jeremy's nose, and he sneezed. And the turtle stack began to go back and forth until crash! Every turtle in that stack were all over the place. Every turtle was bruised and hurt, and what made matters worse was the ball was still stuck in the tree. Robert was very sad because he knew that ball would be stuck in the tree for a very long time. Boswell, who was watching, got up very slowly and without saying a word to any of the injured turtles, walked up to that huge oak tree and stood up on his hind legs, and he began to stretch out his long neck, and to everyone's surprise, Boswell reached up and snatched that ball with his teeth, and when he began to slowly bring his neck back into his shell, he popped that baseball right over to Robert. All the turtles cheered. Tommy Tops, the best player in town, invited Boswell to join his team. Boswell was very excited, and he couldn't wait until the next baseball game because he was going to use what Coach had taught Boswell. Each day, the turtles practiced, and Boswell stayed after everyone else would go home to practice with Coach. And Robert always brought extra balls so Boswell could practice without wasting time chasing for balls. Game day had finally arrived, and it was a true battle, and to everyone's surprise, the Turtles were ahead 12-11. But the Squirrels were up to bat. The bases were loaded, and the best batter in the history of half-cracked holler was up to bat. This smirky squirrel came up to the plate, pointed out towards the big oak tree, showing he was going to knock the ball over the tree and win the game. The Turtles were nervous, but when the ball was pitched and they heard the crack of the bat hitting the ball, it sailed higher and higher, and it looked like the Squirrels would win for sure. But Boswell backed up slowly, and then he stuck his neck out, and just like that, he plucked that ball out of the sky and stopped it from going over the oak tree. And the Turtles won the game. That night, as everyone was celebrating, and after everyone had eaten the last piece of pizza, Coach and Robert at his side received the Most Valuable Player award. The entire team voted to give the trophy to Boswell. That was a new beginning for Boswell, because he knew, although he was different, he knew he was okay.